Ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome. It is Thursday night here for Above the Cushion, Humboldt Speedway and 81 Speedway. We got a great guest waiting on the phone line, but first we need to thank our sponsors here on Above the Cushion, TM Fencing LLC. I got to talk in with Tane on Saturday night during the OCRS sprint car feature. Talk to him about what they got going on, as far as their schedule, a little bit busy after the storm cleanup here. But if you want to get on the list, of course, call over there 316 218 3450. Get some of the best fencing in town. TM Fencing LLC is the place to call. Make sure that when you call over there and talk to the group, you let them know that 81 Speedway sent you that way. Also need to thank Ulick Music for some of the equipment here in the studio as well as we get going. Still fighting some internet issues, so I do apologize. I know there was a live pop off just a second ago, but that one failed on us. So this one's strong, this one's going. So I do appreciate everyone. As we'll get Chris Bragg on the phone. He's driving down the road. How we doing today, sir?
We're doing good. We're just cruising down the road.
Where are you from and where are you at?
I'm from Springtown, Texas, which is about an hour west of Fort Worth.
Okay.
And we're in between. We're about an hour from the Texas border.
Okay. So you're
We
not
just we just no, we just left home about an hour ago.
okay. So you're trucking down the road pretty good.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
So currently second in points for Revival Late Model Series, given some chase to I believe it is Kip Hughes in the 60 or the Go Car
Yes,
60
sir.
or Go Car. Um,
Yep.
racing the late models. Late models definitely my thing. Grew up. My uncle raced late models for a long time and grew up around. It's definitely it's definitely my jive. That's the cars I like to see when we have them here at the Speedway. But kind of want to go back to the very beginning. How did you or your family get involved in racing?
The very beginning with my dad was a drag racer. I went and ran all over the country with him. And then as a kid growing up, I grew up in Kearney, Nebraska.
Okay.
And I hung out when I went to school with Wade Cross and of course, his dad, Wayne. And there was a bunch of guys around there that were close to where I lived. Aggie and Wendell Stevens and all kinds of different people up there. So that's kind of where the itch started. And then I raced three wheelers of all things for years when I was a kid. And then I raced four wheelers. Um, and then we started racing cars. And we started off in full body cars. They called them hot stocks down here. And raced in Central Texas all over. It was actually like the Sunbelt region NASCAR deal sanctioned back then.
Okay.
And then when they very first introduced, I mean, the IMCA modified had been around forever, but they really weren't that popular in Texas. They were basically racing at one place at Grayson County Speedway. And then they started kind of introduce them in the probably 94-ish, 5-ish, more like super got real popular down here. And we started racing those.
Now, what year did you move to Texas?
Moved to Texas in 89.
Okay. And how old were you?
I was a junior in high school.
Okay, so kind of in the middle, moved down there.
Yep. Yep.
It's a
Yep.
little. I've heard a couple of different stories actually in the last couple of weeks about how dad or grandpa grew up drag racing and then all of a sudden can't remember who it was. I think they were on Dale Jr. Podcast. And they said, well, we're figured out that if you make one mistake, then the race night's done. But if you go circle track racing, you can make a few mistakes and
Yeah.
still get it handled.
Yeah.
So that's I've heard that story a few times in the past couple weeks.
Yeah. Late model racing's kind of getting that way though too. The night ain't done, but if you make a mistake in your first two laps, it's a long night.
Yeah.
It's a lot. I mean, if you have two good qualifying laps, the night seems to. I mean, you can still recover, but it's getting a lot more difficult than it used to be.
So kind of you got down to Texas, and I got a hot stock story too, but got down to Texas and running some hot stock stuff, and then got into the IMCA modified, and then and then kind of what was the climb into the late models? What year did that happen, and what kind of made you get into the big body cars?
I haven't been in the late models more than a couple of years. Actually,
Okay.
this is honest to God, I raced modifieds for over 30 years, and the late model deal is partially to blame from my son, my youngest, Tyler, because he went to work after he got out of high school he worked for Moyer, and then
Oh.
he was with Ricky when Ricky very first started at SSI for a couple of years, and
Oh wow.
he's been with JD for the last 4 years, 4 or 5ish years. So when that started, I was still racing modifieds, and late models there's not a lot of late models in Texas. There's crate late models.
Mm-hmm.
So we got a crate, and we raced that some a couple years. There's off and on little. It's getting better. They've done a lot of work. It's gotten a lot better. The series down there, getting a little bigger, but it was kind of a hit and miss deal. So we were only racing it, 6, 7 times a year or something like that,
Oh yeah.
messing with it.
Yeah.
And then, the last couple years, I've still been messing with that, and then got into the super stuff, and then had Ethan Dotson racing a car for about a half a year, full year. We did some Hell Tour stuff, World Outlaw stuff, kind of bounced around a little, and I helped Drake a little bit.
Nice.
And then the car that Logan Seavey drove last year, I owned. He was driving for us with myself, and then Tyler and Vinny helping do that deal.
Wow.
And the older I get, my time is running short. So I decided if I was going to spend this much money, I was going to start burning this stuff up myself. And so I decided I needed to prove to everybody that I was still capable, or I could keep up.
Yeah.
And I guess I'm trying to keep up.
Yeah. Doing pretty good this year. Like I said, second in points with Revival. And what's your like home? What would you consider your home track?
Home track of what?
Like where is there a track around your house? Like when you were running the modified, is there like
The modified stuff? Yeah. I mean, Boyd Raceway is only 10 minutes away from the house,
Oh,
and
okay.
Kennedale Speedway Park is like 45 minutes. I mean, I'm in southern Oklahoma, which we call Ardmore, is in Ardmore, Oklahoma. I mean, we race there all the time in the modified stuff too. So
Okay. So you weren't too far from some pretty big speedways.
no, we've had modified racing. I mean, there's been times, hell, you had 5, 6 different choices every Friday or Saturday night. No doubt.
Yeah.
Yep.
Kind of a lot different driving style, right? Modified, you can kind of throw it in there. You can get the nose dirty. You can kind of beat and bang. But
Yep.
when it comes to the late model, and they're so aero dependent. It's just not that way. You can't really mess the nose up. You really can't bend any sides, any skirts, any spoilers. I mean, you can really
Correct.
really get it messed up. So what we've talked to a few drivers, but what was your kind of first experience with it? How did you react to your driving style when you got it behind the wheel one?
I I love it. I feel like in one aspect they're easier to drive, in one aspect they're harder to drive because there are variables like you say, the air and everything. Um, I'm about to go down a great big bottom, so if I lose you or hang with me, I come out the other side. I'm just letting you know.
Yep.
Um,
Yeah, we
I
just
was
want to tell
trying
everyone
to.
he's trucking down the road headed towards the racetrack, so kind of going through the hills, so we might come in and out of service here.
Yeah, this one's kind of big, but I the first time I raced late model and really experienced air was at Kilgore, which was a big half mile,
Okay.
and
Yeah.
losing the air off the nose, and time and it's a big deal, but then you don't.
Yeah, starting to cut in and out. We'll let you get to the top of the hill for a second. So we got to talk about some stuff Saturday night here at 81 Speedway. The live streaming is going to be on start to finish only. No more, no racing dirt.
See if it comes back.
There you go.
I was afraid we were going to get this bottom.
Yeah, so Saturday night here at the Speedway, the live stream will be on start to finish, and then no race and dirt this Saturday, but then we will be back the next Saturday on race and dirt. So just had some questions with that. So start to finish will be the streaming for Saturday night, and then no race and dirt. I think you're back.
Am I back?
There you go.
Okay. Sorry.
No, you're trucking down the road. It's part of doing the show.
Yeah, once in a while, if we'd have been an hour later, we'd have been good, because then it kind of flattens out. But we got to go through the valleys of desert.
Yeah, it's kind of cutting out a little bit
Okay.
more. We'll
No, I think we'll get. I think we're through the rough stretch.
Okay.
All right.
So talk about what you got going on today. How many cars you still own some cars, or you still just doing your own thing? How's the situation at the shop look?
I own 3 cars. I carry 2 with me to race, and then I still own Logan's car, and then I still own a modified too.
Okay, still got them. How much modified racing are you doing?
Not a lot. We've only been a couple times. We've been to a couple of the Tom's races, the Texas Outlaw modified deal. Run those a couple times. Went to the Texas RPM Speedway, as I should say it. And we just kind of do that in our off time, or early on in the year, it was pick and choose where it wasn't raining and where we could go.
Yeah, the rain has been pretty brutal here at the Speedway the last few weeks. It's been dry for the last this week, and looking good for foreseeable future. Of course, it's going to get super hot, but we got soaked pretty good here at the Speedway the last few weeks.
Yeah, I've fought back a long time, and I don't know that I've tried to race this hard in a very long time and got rained out as much as I have. We've made a lot of long treks trying to race this spring and got rained out.
Kind of talk about the Revival Late Model Series. We've had them with us at Humboldt and 81 Speedway the last couple of years. Real good series, real competitive. Kind of tell us how you stumbled or made the decision to go follow the series.
I watched it a little bit and paid attention to it more and more last year, and talked to him a couple times. I had talked to Tyler, and he seemed like a good guy. They seem to be growing every year. The car count grows, and the quality of cars is getting better. And looking at the schedule after they put it out, a lot of the Kansas tracks, when I used to race my modified all the time, it looked like a lot of fun to me. And even some of the Missouri stuff over there in Nevada and Butler and all over around in there. I used to race my modified over there all the time. And when you've raced for over 30 years, you ain't got no friends unless you're at the racetrack. Well, when you quit going to those racetracks, you lose track of a lot of those people, or you don't ever get to see them no more. So as much as this is about racing, and obviously we go race to win every week and have fun with the late model and do a late model tour, it's about the same amount just getting to go see people that I haven't seen in maybe 10 years or 5 years, and get to stand around and BS and tell stories with some old buddies.
Yeah, that's always a good one. The famous saying is a racer either he doesn't have any friends, he or doesn't meet any new people at the racetrack, he brings them all with him. So
yeah. I just, when you race, as long as I've been doing it over 30 years, close to 35. And when you do it, I mean, there was years we can think back in the day or whatever where we were racing 90 times a year or whatever. And even like in the old IMCA days before the crates, when there wasn't a cap on the nights,
Yeah.
and you would race 80 to 100 nights chasing points and trying to do that deal and knocking off finishes. Hell, you didn't have time for nobody else or nothing else. The only thing you knew was racetracks. So if I didn't see you there, I mean, you pretty much didn't count.
You kind of talked about the schedule a little bit and some of your old tracks. What's some of your favorite tracks that are maybe going to be on the Rev schedule and you're gonna see again?
Well, we went to Salina, and that one we won. I hadn't been there in probably 12, 15 years, so that was fun to go to. I mean, we used to go to Hayes all the time. Obviously we're going to Waukene. That's a good time.
Mm-hmm.
I've only really raced at 81 probably 3 or 4 times in my whole career. I enjoy going there. I mean, we used to go to Humboldt back in the open modified days a lot
Yeah.
and run and do that. Of course, we got rained out earlier this year.
Yeah.
So, I mean, all those places are good racing. I don't want to, I mean, over time, all these racetracks change. The dirt changes, the climates change, the tires have changed. That's the big debate, whether the dirt's changing that much or the tires are changing and what's making the surfaces, they all race different.
Yeah.
But it's all good. It's all fun. So far it's been a good year. Haven't been tearing anything up. Been finishing decent most nights overall. And the late model deals, it's a lot of fun. I think you're racing we were talking about this earlier, you're racing I say a real race car, but the difference in the steering compared to a modified or anything like that's so much better. And all the things, I've always been particular about feeling all the corners and what I can feel.
Mm-hmm.
And with a late model, you can feel everything. I can't say I'm smart enough to correct everything, but I can feel it all.
Yeah, there's a lot going on with the late model. It's been 15 years since I messed with one, but you about got to have an engineering degree or someone on your team that does to understand all the angles and everything going on, the shocks there's
Yes.
just so much going on with those cars.
Yeah.
And it's still cool to watch, but some of just looking underneath some of the cars when I walk around the pits, just like holy moly, what is how did we get here? Um, got the modified still. Ever put it in the trailer and pull a double night running the late model and the modified together?
We haven't yet. We were going to do that last week at Longdale, but it rained out. So, or whatever you want to call it. That was a different deal.
Yeah.
But yeah. But no, most of the time, like going as far as we're going this weekend, obviously, we don't ever want to have no trouble. But if we're going to go that far, we always try to take the late models the main focus when we're running the rev deal. So that's what we always try to take two. As far as we're traveling, we don't want to drive up there with one and have trouble and then have to sit and watch.
Yeah, absolutely. What about some other series throughout the year? If the rev's off, are you doing some World Outlaws racing or?
We've done some comp cams racing. We're gonna try to do a little bit more of that. We could end up with Arrowhead at the World Outlaws deal. It just kind of all depends. I have 3 businesses I run. I need to learn. I got a serious life balance problem, I guess you could say. trying to keep everything operational at the same time. I mean, I got great guys. My businesses are 30 years old, but it's a trick to try to manage all that, get it done, get cars done. Derek works all week long on race cars, and then we load back up because of where we're at on Thursday half the time and have to leave again Thursday evening to
Right.
get halfway there so we don't have to drive all day Friday.
Yeah, just that kind of little bit more distance out from where the series is running. Yeah,
Yep.
see that every
Yep.
once in a while with a few people, and just gotta leave an extra day early to make sure you don't run into any issues getting there.
Correct.
You don't crunch the time for sure.
Yep. And I mean, it would be nice to stay going. I mean, and not have to, but I don't know. I still come back and go back to work. I mean, there's probably times we could probably leave them alone and they'd be just fine, but I probably got a lot going on all the time. So we come back. I would, we talked about staying going a week ago and had some stuff come up and go do some of the summer national races because I would like to go do that. And we've talked about trying to do a few of them next week, but I don't know if we're going to get all that accomplished this year. That might have to be a next year's plan where we just decide that that's what we're going to do next year is go run all those.
Yeah. Well, actually, in October, if you're looking enough ahead of the schedule, we're going to run got World of Outlaws late models over at Humboldt, and then we have them the next night here at 81 Speedway. So,
Yep.
got something at the end of October, of course. We'd love to have you at either one of both the speedways, of course. But if you could only make one, we'd love to have you with us.
Yeah, they're close enough. It'd be fun to come do the whole thing.
I know you're trucking down the road. Don't want to keep you all night, but I do want to give you an opportunity to, to thank all your partners on the car. It takes an army to get the car up and down the road. Thank all your help. Just kind of give a shout out to your partners, your supporters, your help. You got some social media stuff. How can someone reach out and follow you up and down the road?
Yeah. Cliff's Auto Service, my main business. I mean, we kind of fund a lot of this ourselves, but Cliff's Auto Service and Finish Line Outdoors. Um, the guys at Longhorn help me all the time. Bill Steen, my boy Tyler helps me all the time. Benny helps us. I mean, Derek works on these cars all week long. Has to keep everything going, washed up, maintenance, and rolling. That's probably the most important part. Cutting tires. Uh, can't forget my wife. She puts up with this crap and has for over 32 years. Um, so that's major. Uh, I mean, there's a lot of people that come around the house time to time and help out a little bit. Don't get to travel with us and hang out, help. And then that's probably, I mean, we got some other people that Glenn at Clements is always a phone call away, and the guy's awesome when we need him. Um, if we need him, we don't need him very often. And that's probably the gist of the majors. Anybody looking for us on social media is about the only. I'm old school. I probably need to get with the program a little bit better. We got Facebook, Chris Bragg Racing, and that's about it.
Well, good stuff. Well, we want to wish you safe travels up to Waukene, and then of course safe travels here to 81 on Saturday. Looking forward to seeing you. I'll when I get here to the racetrack on Saturday, I'll run down and
Yep.
shake your hand. Want to see what you got going on, and
Yes, sir.
might have to do a little thing called a pit stop interview for our YouTube page. So might have to get one of them in on you with
Okay.
you that night, Saturday night as well. So.
Not a problem.
Like I said, well wishes, safe travels. Skies look clear, everything looks good. So, hope you guys get up to Waukene
That is,
and chase a couple checker flags. That'd be ideal to pick up two of them this weekend.
yeah, it's time for us to win again. Running fourth and third is not. I'm a poor loser. I can still be happy at the end, but I'm still a poor loser. So
Yeah,
winning's more fun.
it's all about getting the win. You got to knock one off, and makes it driving up and down the road a little bit better, especially with the wife if you can
Yes.
pick up some wins.
Yep. Yep, for sure.
Well, there we go. I really appreciate you taking some time out to give us a shout. And like I said, looking forward to seeing you on Saturday. And best of luck. And we'll see you down the road.
All right. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Have a great night.
Yep. You too.
Good conversation right there with Chris Bragg as he's rolling up and down the road headed towards Waukene for Revival Late Model. It's a 2-day swing here in the Sunflower State, so they'll be in Waukene on Friday night, and then right here with us, 81 Speedway Saturday night for Revival Late Model Series. Again, Saturday, I know there were some questions, especially with last Saturday. Stream will be on start to finish. As it was last weekend. Race and Dirt will be back with us. The following week, we're going to take 4th of July off here at 81 Speedway. But the following second week in July, we'll be back with Race and Dirt. So I know there's some questions for that. So this Saturday night, only the stream on start to finish, and of course we will tag that in all of our posts, so you can get on there and do that. Looking forward to Humboldt Speedway tomorrow night. It is American Legion night over at the Hummer. Weekly championship point stuff going on. So pit gate's going to open at 5, grandstand at 6 o'clock, hot lap's going to start 7:30, and racing at 8 o'clock. Pit pass is going to be $35 for adults. Kids 5 to 10 or $15, and kids 4 and under are absolutely free into the pit area over at Humboldt Speedway. General admission going to be $12 for adults. All American Legion members, auxiliary members, and sons of American Legion members, free general admission with the proper identification. I don't, not sure the exact proper identification. I can get some clarification on that tomorrow, and I can get that posted as well. But $12 to get into the grandstands tomorrow night over at Humboldt Speedway. All American Legion members, auxiliary members, and sons of American Legion members absolutely free with proper identification. Seniors 65 and older and the military is going to be $10, and of course kids 10 and under are absolutely free into the grandstands over at Humboldt Speedway. No outside food or drink allowed into the property, and clear bag policy is in effect. Ray's Metal Depot, USRAB mods, your Extrusions Inc. Midwest mods, your Home Savings Bank factory stocks, and your Wilson Automotive mini stock and tuner. So 4 weekly championship points classes tomorrow at Humboldt Speedway. Looking forward to that. On to Saturday night, we've kind of been talking about Revival Late Model Series in the house with us. 6 classes in total going to run on Saturday here at the Speedway. Pit gate's going to open at 3, grandstand 5 o'clock. Drivers must be checked in. Draw will close at 5:30. Hot laps start at 6:15 and racing promptly at 7 o'clock here at 81 Speedway. Pit passes are $35 for adults, children 5 to 10 or $15, and children 4 and under absolutely free. General admission into the grandstands, adults going to be $20 Saturday night for the Revival Late Model Series. Seniors 65, older, and the military $18, and children 10 and under are absolutely free. No outside food or drink allowed into the property, and clear bag policy, of course, is in effect. Revival Late Model Series going to be kind of the big show that for the Revival here for the big body bad boys. Alternative Pest Management USRA Modifieds making a return after a couple weeks off. Portman Auto Supply USRA B mods are back. JLR Property Management 316A Modifieds. Your TM Fencing LLC Super Stocks, and Wickham Heating and Air Conditioning Mini Stock and Tuners. So giving the stock cars a weekend off here at the Speedway, as they have been pretty much on a tear, and a very large car count of your stock cars and your mini stock and tuners all season long. So looking forward to giving the stock cars a week off to get everything kind of regrouped and recovered, rebuilt, and ready to rip. The mini stock and tuners, of course, that class continues to grow. Had to have a little B feature action. Did not have a B feature in the mini stocks last weekend, but the weekend before, of course, we did. So looking forward to having that class grow. And then, of course, we get to see the USRA Modifieds back with us on Saturday. Kind of going forth, we talked about it. We will be off July 5th here at 81 Speedway for the 4th of July holiday. We will be racing on July 4th over at Humboldt Speedway. So ELO fireworks night over at Humboldt on July 4th. So if you not going to be at the lake hanging out and you want to celebrate the 4th of July in the most American way, you absolutely can. It is at the dirt track over at Humboldt Speedway. Fireworks are going to be presented by ELO Fireworks, of course, a great supporter of Humboldt Speedway. Weekly championship points is what's on deck. So July 4th, something a little bit different. We typically don't race on the holiday weekends here for Humboldt Speedway and 81 Speedway. But this 4th of July, we will be over at Humboldt for the ELO fireworks night, and we're looking forward to seeing you all there as well. Like I said, I'll be off on July 5th here at the Speedway, and then right back July 12th for ASCS National Tour Sprint Cars. So got a lot of big stuff happening here at 81 Speedway the next couple of weeks. Will be 4th of July over at Humboldt, kind of followed by some weekly championship points racing as well. We on July 11th we will have the kids bicycle races. So be paying attention to the Facebook page as we start to get some of the information about that out. So looking forward to all that. Again, stream this weekend at Humboldt. There will be no streaming this weekend at Humboldt. Saturday it will be on Start to Finish S2F. .tv is where you can find the stream for the Revival Late Model Series here at the Speedway. Another thing, got some stuff, still have some billboards and some fence banners for sale for Humboldt Speedway, 81 Speedway, and of course here on Above the Cushion. If you're looking to advertise with us, get a hold of myself, Emily Davis, Jr. Sartain, Katie Sartain, GM John Allen. Get a hold of anyone with us, and we can get you all the information you need to know. If you want to advertise over at Humboldt 81 or here on Above the Cushion, just make sure that you get with one of us, and we can kind of get the questions answered that you have, and kind of let you know what's going on. And we'd love for you to be a partner with us here for FOE Enterprises, and you want to share our loyal race fans with your brand and get everything out there. This is for the drivers for Humboldt Speedway and 81 Speedway. Listen up. Today is the day. Get your transponder on the charger. I mean, mandatory on track. We got to have a little reprimand session here. Mandatory to be on track for Humboldt Speedway and 81 Speedway. You have to have your transponder on your car, and you have to have your receiver in. So this is your time. Put your transponder right when this is done. Keep listening to Above the Cushion here with us, but when it's done, go out into the shop and put your transponder on the charger. Also, put batteries on your shopping list. If you got to go down to the corner store, or you need to make a run to the Walmart, the Target, the whatever, get yourself a AAA battery to make sure you can change it in your receiver. I can hear it through the walls as the booths are separated. I'm by myself on away from the race direction, but I can hear them. Transponder's not working, receiver's not working. It's got to be. You got to do this. So this is your notice here. It's Thursday night. Tomorrow we race at Humboldt, so get your transponder on the charger. Make sure it is charged up and ready to go. Put some AAA batteries on your shopping list so you can get your receiver fixed up and ready to go. Those are kind of a couple things. Same thing with everyone at 81 Speedway. You want to put your transponder on the charger tonight? Perfect. Put that AAA battery on the shopping list. So when you head off to get your bag of ice and your Powerade or your Gatorade or whatever you're drinking, put it in the cooler. Make sure you get some batteries so your transponder is working. Do want to remind everyone, Russell Logan in the chat. Hey, Russell, how's it going, buddy? Of course, Russell's been doing a cool thing here at 81 Speedway, bringing a lot of checkered flags, different colors. So he'll be walking he wanted to remind everyone, free flag Saturday night here at 81 Speedway. Derek Tompkins chiming in as well. Derek, what's up, buddy? Tell everyone to bring flags to salute the Legion members during the anthem. We'd love to have as many American flags as we can fit into the grounds over at Humboldt Speedway. So got a lot of stuff going on this weekend for Humboldt Speedway and 81 Speedway, and we can't wait to see you there. be paying attention to the Facebook pages. Some of the posts are going to come up about, times and prices and all that stuff as they normally do. So just be paying attention to the Facebook pages for Humboldt Speedway and 81 Speedway. We also invite you over to YouTube for Above the Cushion. We've been posting some videos. I did some little content stuff last weekend and put that up on the YouTube page. Pit stop interviews are going up. We just talked to Chris Bragg and to get a pit stop interview with him as well. So we keep this kind of growing. I know there's been some questions about how it works. So I try to do 2 or 3 of them from each track every night. And so they are kind of stacked up in my drafts. I try to do 2 or 3 every night. Sometimes it doesn't work out. I did not get any done last week, unfortunately. So really got to kind of hit it this week. So if you're interested in doing a pit stop interview, please reach out to me. Wave me down in the pits. I'd love to do the 15 questions with you and get your information out there for everyone to see. It's all about getting the drivers' information and your kind of some fun questions. Some of them are about racing, some of them are just about life, and give you an opportunity to shout out your sponsors and supporters as well. So just kind of giving the drivers a spotlight to have a little bit of fun, and as well as promote themselves in racing. So if you're wanting to do a pit stop interview, please flag me down in the pits. We can get the interview done. Takes about 3 to 5 minutes. It's pretty quick. Won't take up a bunch of your time, and let you get back to getting ready to go and racing. So those are getting posted every Monday. Everything for Above the Cushion is we're not doing the live stream on YouTube anymore. I take all the videos, I download them, and I post them on the YouTube page. Just kind of help promote a little bit easier if it's a video on YouTube, as I've been helping. Chris Kratzer has been helping me a lot, and I appreciate his help at Slot King Chris. So if you go over to YouTube, give Above the Cushion a like and a share, subscribe. Go over to at Slot King Chris, give that one a like and a share, and watch what he's got going on. It's crazy stuff with the gambling. And also can't forget about our friend James Furman Videos. Want to give a shout out for everything that James Furman does. He always adding some money to the purse, or to the hard chargers, or just doing stuff for racers. So want to help support him as well. So get over to YouTube. There's quite a bit of stuff happening over there for racing and us with here on Above the Cushion. At Slot King Chris, support him. James Furman Videos, support that as well. Get your transponders charged, get your batteries changed out for your receivers. Free flags from Logan's Landscaping and Tree Service on Saturday night here at 81 Speedway. If you got a little American flag or even a checkered flag, love to have that as well. Make sure you have that with you when you're going through the gate over at Humboldt Speedway. If you need a checkered flag, we have them for sale in the merch booth over at Humboldt Speedway, as well as here as 81 Speedway. But want to get all the flags here for Logan Landscaping and Tree Service. Get to the kids, and then of course we invite you down after the races. Once the races are completely done, take that checkered flag, go down to the pits, meet your favorite driver, get an autograph on that checkered flag. That's what it's all about. Get down there and see those drivers, and a lot of times they have merch for sale in their trailers, and we invite you down there to get a T-shirt or a die cast or whatever they have for sale. Get their autograph if they got some hero cards, and just tell them that you really enjoyed watching them race at Humboldt Speedway and 81 Speedway. That is going to do it for me. I appreciate each and every one of you for tuning in every Thursday night here on Above the Cushion. Appreciate your support over on the YouTube page, as well as we've just over 100 viewers or 100 subscribers on the YouTube page. We're about at 10,000 views for all the videos that we've been posting. So, love the support there. I want to thank you very much for that. Trying to put a bunch of extra effort into getting that stuff posted regularly. Make sure it's good content. Make sure it's fun for all of the racers and the fans and everyone involved. So I want to thank everyone that's supporting us over there on Above the Cushion. We'll see you guys tomorrow night in Humboldt. Don't forget transponders. Get them charged. Batteries. Put them in your receiver. Get ready to rip. It is race night once again. I want to thank you all again for spending your Thursday night with me here on Above the Cushion. That is going to do it. Good night. God bless. We'll see you next Thursday.